A couple days after I made my first Wiggins video of the year, Andrew Wiggins erupted for a new season high with 30 points in a dominant showing against the Pelicans. It's safe to say that Wiggs has fully returned back to his 2022 form, so I want to break down how he knocked down open shots and stayed aggressive to the basket within the Warriors offense, so let's get to it. In a dribble handoff with Wiggins and Trace Jackson-Davis, the Pelicans play straight up and do not switch this handoff screen, so eventually Brandon Ingram chooses to ice this towards the sideline. TJD counters by setting a perpendicular screen to allow Wiggins to attack Daniel Tyson to drop coverage with his dominant right hand. You honestly only see stars being this patient with their dribbling and surveying the defense, but Wiggs waits until the right moment to make the smooth looking floater drop in the basket. Wiggins has been known to slow down star wing players on the defensive end, and Brandon Ingram is no different. High pick and roll with Tice and BI, and the Warriors play a drop coverage with Jackson-Davis with Wiggins fighting over the screen. The reason is I'm sure the Dubs know the tendency of Ingram to settle for long-range two-pointers, but this time Wiggins fights over the pick and still able to not only contest, but reject this three-point release, definitely capitalizing on his length. Wiggins did not miss his first 6 shots, I believe, and he's been really confident taking these attempts. High pick and roll with Steph and Draymond, and New Orleans decided to trap Curry on ball. Generally, you would expect Steph to pass to the short roll to Draymond to have a 4-on-3 advantage, but I have a feeling that he knew who the hot hand was, and the goal was to feed him right away. Simultaneously on the strong side, you can see Waters set a down screen on BI, so Curry finds the wide open Wiggins on the wing. Bad defense by Ingram to get stuck on the pick, and it's an easy catch and shoot for Wiggins again. On another super high pick and roll involving Curry and Jackson-Davis, the Pelicans ice Steph to the sideline and Tice eventually traps the ball handler. Steph is somehow able to dribble his way not only out of the double team, but drop Tice for a second, before passing out to the wing to Waters, where there is a 4-on-3 advantage on the weak side. Great spacing by the Warriors to spread out, forcing Ingram to cover not only the lob threat, but the perimeter wing in Wiggins. Even with the hand up, Wiggins already has hit so many shots in a row where he is just too much in rhythm for another catch and shoot 26-footer. It's smart to keep seeing who's hot. Dribble handoff by Jackson-Davis and Wiggins for him to attack with a strong right hand, and New Orleans has all their eyes on the main score in the first half. The Pelicans still don't switch, allowing Wiggins with a full steam ahead and Daniel Tyson to drop coverage. New Orleans actually plays pretty good defense here by having Trey Murphy fully help off the weak side ball screens, but it's just not enough as Wiggins attracts 3 Pelicans defenders for an easy drop-off pass to TJD for the reverse layup. This is a very effective play that the Warriors run pretty much every other game. Baseline out of bounds play where Draymond gets the ball up top, but the main action is on the baseline seeing how the defense plays Steph Curry. The primary action is for Steph to set this back screen on the inbounders man, and the defense usually so preoccupied with Curry's shooting ability, they often do not switch. But in this scenario, Brandon Boston tricks his own teammate by pretending to switch before leaving the rim to chase Steph. This confuses Ingram for just a second and gives Wiggins a wide open area under the basket, where of course Draymond Green is able to deliver a pinpoint pass for a wide open dunk. Let's turn defense to offense. On-ball pick and roll action with Ingram and Boston Jr. and the Warriors do not switch to avoid the mismatch. Ingram receives a roll pass and actually has pretty good position on Wiggins here since he's relatively late on the recover, so BI tries to use his body to attack this angle. Somehow, Andrew Wiggins is able to keep his arms straight up to avoid reaching, eventually creating a loose ball in the defensive end. Then he sprints down the floor to create an advantage before drawing 4 Pelicans in the paint and making the play that would never be a bad one, finding Steph Curry on the 3-point line. Decent contest, but Curry is just a different animal in these shots. Wiggins has been super aggressive this entire season, especially attacking the basket. High pick and roll with Jackson-Davis, and New Orleans does not ice this and instead allows Wiggs to attack the middle of the court with a strong right hand. Tice is also not in a very good position to drop coverage, which allow Wiggins to full steam down the lane where he kind of rips through and attacks the other side of the rim. Here he gets a tough left hand finger roll to go. The Warriors have such great chemistry, especially when it comes to executing out-of-bounds plays. Here Steph Curry gets an on-ball pick and roll and the Pelicans game plan to switch this, but it's a little late by Javonte Green. The way to counter the switch defense is to have the roll man roll just a little bit early to get an advantage. So when this short roll pass goes to Wiggins, now they have a 4-on-3 advantage on the back end. The weak side low man correctly rotates over the help, but it's an automatic dump-off pass to the cutting Jackson-Davis for the slam. There you guys have it. Andrew Wiggins has his third consecutive great game, confidently knocking down 3-pointers while staying aggressive as always with his drives to the basket. Just a couple days after I made my first video about his comeback season, Wiggins proved this still not a fluke by scoring 30 points and making all 9 of his free throws. This only means one main thing. Wiggins has kept his focus high, attacking the rim and creating high quality looks when he gets the ball. Golden State is more or less relying on him to create good shots as a secondary scorer, and Wiggins showed once again that he's up to the test, slowing down opponents in key stretches with big buckets. Now on to a quick back-to-back against the Spurs, so if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.